Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Tank be Choppin, and we back with another haircut tutorial. Alright guys, what we gonna be doing on this cut is a number 1.5 with the grain, hot taper. We're gonna line up the beard, add some enhancements. You know, we're gonna do what we gotta do to make sure this client leaves looking on point. You know what I'm saying? So starting off this haircut, as you can see, I'm taking a comb and I'm combing out my client's hair. You know what I'm saying? He's got like curly textured hair, so I wanna make sure I comb that out before I start cutting. So now I have my one guard with the lever open. I am using my Instinct X, and all I'm doing is going with the grain. That way I can take the hair down all the way to that desired length. And remember guys, when you're going with the grain, you want to make sure that you're cutting the same direction that the hair is growing. Like his cowlick area is kind of tricky, so you see me taking my time right there. He's got hair growing different ways, and if I don't pay attention to what I'm doing, if I just start cutting, you know, I might patch the client, you might take it down too low. So that's obviously something you don't want to do, right? That's something we're not trying to do. So you got to pay attention to what you're doing. Be aware of the crowns, the cowlicks, and all that good stuff. And that's why you want to comb the hair out first. That way you can actually see the way the hair is laying before you actually just jump into cutting. But as you can see, I'm still doing the same thing, taking my time around the crown area, making sure that I'm getting all this hair down to that desired length, which once again is that 1.5, or I'm sorry, one guard lever open, 1.5, whatever you want to call it. And we're just getting it all down. That way we can get ready to start our actual taper. As you can see, we're just going over a good amount of time, guys. You ain't got to rush. A lot of times people want to rush haircuts, man. I don't even know why, but I'm going to take my time, you know. But now that we got everything down to that desired length, I'm taking my trimmer. We're setting in our initial bald guideline. This is the Cyborg trimmer if y'all are interested. Great tool. It was one of my top trimmers coming into this year. Still use it, but you know, I got a lot of other trimmers on my station also that I'm using. But since I had the trimmers in my hand, I'm going to go ahead and line my client up behind the ear and over the ear. And once again, that's just because I had the trimmers in my hand. I bought them out, so I'm like, might as well punch that line in there that way. Now I'm taking my FX1 shaver, getting it all the way down the skin. Now I'm going back in with my clipper. This is the Instinct X once again. Lever all the way open, setting in my initial guideline or setting in my next section, and then I'm adjust my lever closed little by little, working my way down until that bottom line becomes erased. And as you can see, this section is already looking pretty blended, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and move on. This is my one guard lever open, and now I'm basically blending into the bulk of this haircut, right? It's an easy taper to do, but you can't mess it up if you're not doing it right. So once we go in with the lever all the way open, we're gonna go ahead and close our lever and start attacking that line, that bottom line in this section. And that's basically what I'm doing now. And if y'all paying attention, I'm using my brush to brush away any extra hair and to make sure that the hair is laying down the way I need it to lay. That way I can actually see how the fade is looking. Now I'm going in with my half guard or my zero guard, whatever you want to call it, and lever open, and I'm just adjusting my lever closed little by little, making sure this part of the blend comes together. And as you can see, the blend is already looking pretty blended. You know, you just got to take your time, be consistent or be efficient with what you're doing, and understand, you know, these fading techniques. And once I get that done, I'm gonna go ahead and take my number 2 guard. And all I'm doing is cleaning up the top of this area, making sure that it blends into that 1.5 guard with the grain. So a 2 typically blends into 1.5 with the grain. So that's basically what I'm doing here. And I may adjust my lever, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, just to make sure that we get that looking right. Now I'm gonna go in and go ahead and line up my client on this side of the haircut. So I'm taking my trimmers once again, starting off in the middle of my client's head, punching in my initial guideline, and I'm gonna use this as a reference just to come all the way over. You wanna make sure that you're taking your time, and I like to come over little by little. I know some barbers, you know, they take off a big chunk. Me personally, I inch my way over to that vertical bar little by little, and then once I get to that vertical bar, I punch in that vertical bar. But my client didn't want to trim the beard down, he just wanted to fade it down. So I'm taking my 2 guard, and the reason why I'm taking the 2 is towards the top of his beard. You can see like the different lengths. So I went in with a number 2 guard basically to debulk it. Now I'm going in with my 1 guard lever open, and then I'm adjusting my lever closed as I work my way up towards the taper area. Now I'm going with my clipper all the way open, and then I'm just closing it little by little, working my way up to the tapered area. And I'm just adjusting that lever as needed, basically doing some lever play in the beard area. Now we're gonna go ahead and line up my client's beard. Starting off in the back of the beard, I'm gonna punch in that line coming straight down. You can curve it back a little bit. I think I curve it back like slightly, but He's gonna round the bottom part, so we're gonna kind of cut that off anyways, but I just wanted to have, you know, an idea of how it's gonna look. And then on top, we wanted to keep it as full as we could, you know what I'm saying? So I'm barely taking off a little bit of hair just to make sure that we have a line there, that it looks sharp. We leave a nice curve on it. Once again, we are gonna add some enhancements, so it's gonna look a lot better once I'm actually done with this. But now we're lining him up under the beard, or I'm sorry, under the chin area. And like I said, we're rounding the backside. So a lot of times people get a squared backside on the beard, but he wanted to do it round. So it's a real simple technique. You can actually square it and then just curve it a little bit. But you know, once you kind of know how to do it, it's a little easier to do. So we're just rounding that off and taking off all this excess hair at the bottom of the beard area. And then once that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and start lining up my client's mustache. And I like to start at the part right above the lip, start in the middle once again, and I work my way over to the out to the end of the lip area, and then I go to the top of the mustache and just take off a little bit of hair there, and then I start working inside of the goatee area. And I really can't explain how to do an edge up on the beard, you know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of know symmetry and understand the shape and the look that they're going for. But now what I'm doing here is just going back in with my 2 guard, cleaning it up a little more. Here is my 1.5 guard. And once again, I'm just trying to blend this all together. You know, he's got, you know, I don't want to say a patchy beard, but he's got a little bit of darker area. So I wanted to make sure that it all looked even. And then I took my 1 guard lever open on the mustache. And now I'm just freehanding the beard, trying to clean up all these flyaways. Now, I didn't record the other side of the taper, but we basically did the exact same thing. However, I did record the back for y'all. I know a lot of times y'all like, oh, I want to see how the back looks, you know. So basically that's what I'm doing here. So I'm setting in my initial bald guideline with my trimmer, making sure we get all this hair taken off, get it all the way down to that length. Now I'm going in with my clipper lever open. And we're gonna set in another section about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch or so. Once again, we are doing a highest taper, so we're not worried about keeping it low. We're gonna bring this up into the haircut. And I like the way high tapers look on the sides and the back, me personally. But once that section is set in there, now I'm gonna adjust my lever halfway closed, and I'm gonna start attacking this bottom line. And then I'm just gonna adjust my lever closed little by little, attacking this bottom line. And by the time my clipper is all the way closed, that section should be basically blended out. And just in case y'all are interested, I did take the clicks off of this and I put the stretch bracket on there. So I am cutting with a stretch bracket on this with this clipper. But now I'm going in with my 1 guard lever open, setting in my next section. And once we got this section set in there, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did on the left side of the fade, or I'm sorry, yeah, the left side of his taper. I'm gonna start to close my lever and try to attack this bottom line. And it's really the same steps no matter what you're doing. You know, if you're doing a fade, a taper, low taper, high taper, whatever it is, I try to keep most of my steps, you know, really the same. Do I switch things up from time to time? Yes, but for the most part, you can do the same steps on any haircut and it's gonna come out. Now you see me here going in with my 1/2 guard on my 0 guard, clipper halfway open, and I'm just adjusting my lever closed as needed to get this line in between these 2 sections, basically bridging my clipper open section into my 1 guard open section. And that's what the 1/2 guard is good for. It really helps bridging those 2 sections together, because sometimes you have a faint line, even if you go all the way, even if you go in with the 1 guard lever closed. But now I'm going in with my 2 guard. This is my 2 guard open once again, and this is gonna basically blend into the bulk of the haircut. So I'm just going over, just making sure that it's all down to that length, right? And then I'm gonna close my lever, which is a 2 guard now, and I'm just gonna start trying to attack this line that y'all see me attacking. And if it doesn't come out with my 2 guard, then I'll revert to my 1.5 guard to really clean that up. And as y'all can see, that's what I'm doing here, 1.5 guard lever open, and I'm gonna adjust my lever close as needed to get this taper to look right. Now I'm going back in with my 1 guard lever open, just doing a little bit of detail work, a little bit of cleanup work. Obviously, there was a few discrepancies, a few areas that I felt were a little dark that I wanted to make sure I'm touching, that I touched up. So I'm just adjusting my lever close, doing some lever play in this section of the haircut. But now that that is done, we're gonna move on. As y'all can see, we are gonna add some enhancements. He has a little bit of light spots in his lineup, so we wanna make sure we enhance that. Then we're gonna enhance the beard a little bit. And I don't like to spray too much, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times I think some barbers overdo enhancements. I try to spray enough to where it looks sharper, but it doesn't look too fake, right? So that's the goal of enhancements when I use them. And just so y'all know, this is I think this is either the dark brown or the medium brown by Temptation by Kiss. But as you can see, man, this haircut's coming together. Now we're gonna add a little bit of hairspray, and now I'm gonna put some hair fibers on top of it. These are the brown hair fibers, and this is just to make, the lineup look a little more natural. It doesn't look like it's a lot of color. It looks a little more natural when you add hair fibers. Now we're gonna move on to the razor work, and basically I'm just going over everything I did with my trimmers. Every line that I created with the trimmers, I'm going over it with my straight edge razor, just to make these lines look sharper, just to get this blend to pop more, just to take this haircut to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I know some barbers don't do the straight razor, and y'all gonna act like people don't do it, but I know some barbers don't. I be seeing y'all on Instagram and TikTok, just doing the trimmers, and that's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But me personally, I like to hit these lines with the straight razor. That way these lines look sharper and the haircut lasts my clients a little longer. But y'all check that cut out, man. That thing's looking blurry, lines on point. I think I got my man right, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Now I'm going over the bottom of the client's beard and the mustache area with my Babyliss UV single foil shaver. This is why I really love single foil shavers, man. They come in clutch in them tight areas. Alright, now what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna go over the top of my client's head. I'm gonna freehand it. There's no guard on my clipper. I'm just laying the clipper flat on my client's head and just floating my clipper over the top of the client's hair, trying to get all these loose hairs, trying to get all these flyaways, just so the haircut looks a little cleaner. You know what I'm saying? I always suggest you do this with clients who, when you cut hair with the grain, I suggest freehanding it on top a little bit just to make it look better. But check it out, man. This is how my client came into the shop looking. This is the before look.
Damn it, Tito. Another one?
And this is the finished product. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut in the comment section. If y'all like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe one time for your boy. Remember, guys, if you're in the Houston, Texas area and want a haircut from your boy, you can go to my website, tangbchoppin.com. You can book there. If you want me to record it for YouTube, make sure to put that in the comment section. Also, if you need any discount on any of these tools, you can go to fwbarbersupply.com. Use my discount code TANK10. Also, you can go to stylecraftus.com or GammaPlusNA.com and use my discount code TANK10 on those websites also. But once again, man, check it out. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this cut. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I think I got down. I think I did my man right. But y'all know what it is, man. That's basically it for this video. Yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about this cut in the comments. And YouTube, I greatly appreciate y'all for watching. Y'all know your boy is going 30 for 30, man. Let's get it. But yeah, YouTube, I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'm out of here.